Okay, so if you happen to have a towel, or like I have a piece of fabric, works well. It's kind of thick, and otherwise a strap would be good. Okay, so just start standing with the feet comfortably under the hips and holding on to your prop. And just start with a few shoulder rolls, just like nice, big, relaxing shoulder rolls. So bring the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Right? And breathe. Started a little bit late, so I'll try to go to that hour point though. Keep it to exactly an hour. Then let the shoulders relax down your back. Good. And then we'll bring our towel. I'm going to call it a towel, whether you have a towel or not. Just lifting it up over your head. Just lift the heels as you float the heels up, bringing your arms over your head, and then float the heels down as you come back. Do that a couple of times. So nice deep breath. Inhale up and exhale down. One more. Nice full breath. Maybe hold a little longer at the top. And exhale down. And then with our heels down, we'll bring our arms up over our head and just gonna really reach up and take a back bend. So just taking our arms back as far as you're comfortable, looking up. And coming back and lowering arms down. And then we'll bring the arms up again over our head. And we're going to bend our elbows and bring that towel behind our head. Right? So try not to let the head move. Try to keep the rib cage in place so it doesn't pooch out. And then lift up. Good. If you need to adjust your arms at all, and then go ahead and pull that towel back behind you again. Great. So our elbows are kind of making a W. Our arms are kind of making a W here, right? And just hold this, checking in with your rib cage, making sure it's over your pelvis. Your head's not going forward. Take a breath. And then relax your arms and bring your towel behind your head. So if you can just kind of wedge it under your occiput, arms or elbows are parallel to the floor, right? Supporting the back of the skull. And then we're going to take a little arch up as we inhale. So pushing your head into the towel or whatever it is you're holding a little bit, pushing it a little bit as you arch. And then on our exhale, we're just going to let our back round and we're just gently pulling the head down as we round our back. Right? And very gently, not pulling or yanking, right? Just kind of gently guiding our head. And then again, we're going to lift up. Inhale. And pushing your head into the towel. And then as we exhale, then we kind of use our arms a little bit to round our upper back mostly, but just kind of rounding forward. Good. And then lifting up. And then go ahead and take your towel underneath your arms behind your shoulder blades. Like I said, I'll call it a towel, but whatever you're using. And just holding it here. So if you just kind of pull with your right hand and let your torso go to the left, and then come back to center, and then pull that left hand forward, reach it forward, pull it forward, and we twist to the right. So guiding our twist with our arms, coming back to center. So reaching the right arm forward, feeling your torso twist to the left, and come back. And then reaching the left arm forward, feeling our torso twist to the right, and come back. Great. And then put the towel on your low back. So just bringing it a little bit lower down your low back. And we're going to kind of use it to feel our low back round. So kind of reaching your arms forward here, You're going to inhale, and then as you exhale, kind of pull your arms as you draw your navel into your spine and feel your low back kind of get a stretch, right? Kind of lengthening that low back. And so you're not really trying to round your back. You're just really trying to stretch your low back and then come out of it. And again, kind of pull your arms, pull your navel in toward your spine as you feel your towel pulling against your low back, and you feel that stretch in the low back. Kind of maybe even curl the tailbone a little bit. Good. And go ahead and release. And then we're going to bring our towel up over our head again. And we're just going to take a little side bend here. So inhaling as we reach up, and then exhaling, taking it over to the right. So feeling our stable pelvis as we reach long, right, and lift back up. And then inhale, exhale over to the left. And I like to kind of curl my tailbone under a little bit to help me stabilize. Nice stretch. Good. And lift up. And then we're going to take a little bit of a turn to the right. So take a little bit of a turn to the right. Let your right elbow bend a little bit as you stretch that left arm. So just a diagonal sort of stretch, slightly back. Yeah. And then reach that right arm out and lift up and come back to center. And then take a little tiny turn to the left and kind of letting that left elbow bend a little bit as we stretch our right arm out and up, accentuating that stretch through the right side a little bit more. Good. And then straightening the arm to lift up and come back to center. All right. And then we'll go ahead and bring our arms down in front. And you can come to the end of your mat or wherever you want to be. You can just hold your prop. Inhale, exhale, roll down, letting everything relax as we come down to the mat and hang here. Just let the knees bend and straighten a little bit. So you can relax your head. Good. And breathe. And then let's bend one knee and then the other knee. So just alternating, getting a little hip shift there. And back to center. Then we'll take our hands out farther into that pike position. You can bring your prop with you into pike down dog. And just allowing our tailbone to lift, allowing our heels to stretch down, wherever that feels good to you. Maybe shifting the body, letting the body weight kind of shift around. Hopefully letting the neck release. And then maybe taking the hands a little farther away and lowering down a little farther, or coming all the way into a high plank or plank, and taking a couple deep breaths here. And then we'll bring our knees down to the mat and come around to sitting. I sit at the end of the mat, and we're just going to hook our towel or around your feet like that. And like I'm holding on to the very ends because that's my length, my spine. But so we're just going to let your spine lengthen as you pull. Kind of pull on your towel or your strap and just feel your spine lengthen, right? Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, curl the tailbone under and just letting yourself round back until your arms are straight, like wherever that is. Right? And then pull yourself forward Then when we come up, we're gonna flatten our back. So you want that long diagonal reaching as you flatten your back, lengthen the spine, and then round and take it back again till your arms are straight. Your legs can be together or apart, doesn't matter. Good. And then pull yourself forward, rounding, coming into that flat back. You're going to kind of feel your elbows pull back as you lengthen and elongate your spine. So lengthen, flattening the back, and then rounding back one more time. So back till our arms are straight and hanging out here, curling that tailbone under. Inhale, exhale, pull yourself up, rounding over, and then flatten the back and lift. Okay, if your knees bend, and then let yourself relax up. Take your prop. We're going to inhale, exhale, curl back here, about halfway, stop. Lift the arms up by the ears as we inhale, and we exhale as we reach forward, just holding on however far back you're able to. And again, lifting up on the inhale, and exhale forward. Don't let the shoulders tense. Good. One more time, lifting up, inhale, and exhale forward and come up. I'm just moving my body. Okay, inhale, exhale, curl back again, rounding back as far as you want, and then lift the arms up and see if you can just kind of hold them here for a moment. Breathe. Curl the tailbone under. And then rounding all the way down, slowly onto our back. Bend the knees and bring your feet in towards your hips. Go ahead and take your arms over your head and relax them. Adjust my body again. Okay, so we're gonna just let the shoulders, arms relax here. Inhale. As you exhale, curl the tailbone up, peeling our spine up off the mat. And then as our hips come up, we'll bring our arms up and bring that strap or towel across your legs. Pull down as you press your pelvis up. Okay, so pulling arms down, pressing pelvis up. And then we'll lift the arms. Exhale, melt the spine down as our arms go over our head. So a couple more of those, right? Inhaling. Exhale, peel off the mat. And as you come up, arms come up and strap or towel goes across the legs as we press up, pull down against that, pressing up. Good. Inhaling, exhaling as we melt down, taking our arms up and over our head. One more time. Nice full breath. Exhale, peel off the mat. And as you come up, arms come across the legs. And you're just going to stay here for a few extra breaths. We're going to pulse the hips up as we pull the towel down or pull our arms down toward the mat, right? So little tiny pulse. Engaging our arms from the shoulders, right? Don't think of your hands doing the work. Think of your shoulders initiating the movement. Or the top of your arms as you press down. And then we'll stop. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, melt the spine down, taking our arms over our head again, letting your arms relax over your head. And then we'll let our knees sway over to the right. Just relax there, shoulders down on the ground. And then lifting the knees and letting them sway over to the left and relax. And lift them up. And then we're going to turn that into a little bit of oblique work. So we're going to sway our knees over to the right. Good. And then as we exhale, we lift our arms and our knees at the same time. Arms to the ceiling, knees to the top. And then we sway our knees to the left as our arms go back over our head on our inhale. And then on our exhale, we use those core muscles to lift our arms and lift our legs back up to the top. Okay, inhale to the right as our arms go back. And exhale back, everything back. One more time. Take it to the left as your arms go overhead. And using your breath to lift the arms and the legs. And then we'll make that a little bit more challenging by bringing our legs up into tabletop one at a time and put them together, legs together. So as you inhale the legs over to the right, arms go over the head. Don't go too far that you can't control it. And use your exhale to lift everything back to the top. And then inhale legs to the left as your arms go back. And everything comes back on your exhale. It's okay if you take your legs one at a time to lift them back up too. You don't have to keep them together. So inhale over to the right, arms back. Because we want to get some good twist here. Exhale everything back up. Good. Inhale over to the left as the arms go back. And exhale everything back up to the top. And then we're going to keep our legs here. We're going to hook our towel behind our head, right? It works with a strap or a band as well. And you're going to hold it, support your head, cradle your head, legs apart so they're not together. And then you're going to exhale head and shoulders. Use your arms to lift your head up, right? And you're supporting your head and neck here for a little heel tap. So you're going to take your right heel down away from you and exhale it back up. Flexing our feet, left heel, and exhale it up. Inhale, right leg, exhale up. Noticing how relaxed your neck is. Just note if you're able to relax your head and neck as you support it with your towel or whatever you're using, right? Good. Exhale away. Good. Two more. And then when your legs come back, take a little rest, relax your head down, let your legs relax. But you want to keep your towel behind your head. Okay, inhale, exhale, legs up and press your head and shoulders up again. And then we're just going to see if we can lift our hips and bring our knees towards us a bit, right? So on the exhale, just do a little hip lift off the mat, sort of stretching the sacrum and the tailbone. Just a few times. Good. And then go ahead and relax your head down again. And you can relax your legs, everything for a moment, because we're going to come back up one more time. So inhaling the legs up, exhale, press head and shoulders up. And now we're going to extend that right leg out. So just unbend the leg, take a little turn to the left, right? And bring everything center. So it's a crisscross. So then extending your left leg as you turn to the right and center, right? Opposite leg to elbow. See if you can really support your head, and your hands can be wherever you want them to be as long as you're holding on to your towel or your strap and you're breathing. Try to keep those legs going in a nice straight line. You can really relax your neck, hopefully. And then when you're even on both sides, go ahead and let yourself relax down. And you can unhook your head with your towel and just hold it and rock your body. Take a moment here just to kind of rock around. And then we're going to slip that towel or whatever underneath you like that. Straighten your legs to the ceiling, straight as they'll go. I'll do a little variation on the 100. So you're just going to curl up and reach your arms here by your side, palms down. Just do little pumps and really reaching and just little quick ones with those strong arms. So inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. If you want to add a little challenge, slowly lower the legs a little bit. And maybe slowly bring them back up, right? A little more challenge. We won't do 100. We never do it when we do this. Just a few more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And go ahead and lie down. Let your knees bend. Relax everything. Back around. And then we'll use our, we'll take our towel or whatever you're using around your feet. So put it around both feet like that, holding on to the ends. Okay. Just see if you can get your legs as straight as you can. You've got support here. See if you can pull your legs or pull the towel apart with your legs. In other words, you're trying to pull outward with your feet, right? So on your exhale, so inhale, on your exhale, try to pull your legs apart against the towel. So you feel the outer leg muscles more, and then relax on your inhale. It's exhale, pull, pushing your legs into the towel away from each other, and then relax. Good. And again, pull apart. Good. And relax and just see if you can just pull your legs toward your head more. Really stretch, feeling your tailbone lift a little bit off the ground, getting your legs as straight as they'll go and kind of feeling that stretch through the back body, through the tailbone, through the back of our legs. Yeah. And then lift the legs up. And we'll leave the right foot in and we'll take the left foot out. And you're just going to stretch that left leg long and use your towel to stretch your right leg. Sort of pull it, and you might bend and straighten the leg a couple times. Really stretch that left leg long. And then with your leg as straight as you can, kind of pull with your right arm so that you sort of your leg, your outside of your foot comes towards you. So we're trying to sort of bring our leg into our foot into that pronation, I think, or supination. I always get them mixed up. Anyway, trying to pull the outside of the foot towards you more. Yeah, and then relax it. Good. Just stretch. And then taking your both ends of your towel in your right hand. Let's take that right hand out first. So to the right side first. You're going to open that leg out as you let your left arm come down by out of your left shoulder, right? So just feeling your left hip stay down, using your towel or strap to stretch and breathe. Kind of pulling it upward, right? Feeling the inner thighs and our legs get a good stretch. And then we'll lift it up and switch to the left arm holding on, right arm out. And again, slowly over to that left side and breathe. You might like to kind of do a little bit of twisting of your pinky toes away from you, like a sickling of the foot. You like that stretch for your ankle? Okay. Sickle the foot a bit. Just breathe. And lift the leg back up, grabbing onto this towel with both hands. We're going to lift our head and shoulders, lower that leg, and kind of gracefully rock ourselves up, but keep your leg up, right? So kind of almost like a climb the tree, like that. And then we're going to kind of roll back, and then our left leg is going to come with us. Take a little rock, and that left leg goes down. And we rock back up, nice and smooth into that stretch. And then the left leg comes with us. Take a little rock back. Nice and gracefully, one more time. Try to keep that leg up. Great. And really, when you come to the top on this one, really flattening the back, pulling that leg up, right? Getting that stretch. Keeping it nice and high. And then we're going to roll slowly back down and bring our left foot into the towel. Put your right leg down. Give this leg a stretch. So we've got a little bend and straighten or whatever feels good to you, but really reaching through your right leg. Yeah. And then let's use our left hand to sort of pull, do a little pull on that foot toward that side. Just kind of a little gentle tug as you hold on and stretch. You can do subtle foot adjustments with the towel or the strap or whatever you're using. The fuzz out of my toes. Okay, let's just give me a stretch. Then we'll take the towel with our left hand, right arm out, opening out to the side, keeping our right hip down, and try to give this leg a little tug upward if possible. Just getting that stretch on the inside of the leg, groin area. And then lifting up and switching to the right hand with our left arm out. Keeping it as straight as you can, taking it however far feels good to you, and then maybe kind of sickle the foot, right? Kind of reach the pinky toe away, and you can get a stretch through the ankle and the outside of the calf area. Good, and lift up, grabbing onto the towel with both hands. We're going to slowly lower the leg as our head and shoulders lift and gracefully rock ourselves up. And then, oh, sorry, leg stays up, sorry. And then as we roll back, the right leg comes with us. We rock back. If you're able to roll on your spine now, not everybody is. So we stay here and give it a stretch. And then we let that right leg come up to rock back. And of course, the momentum helps, right? The momentum of the right leg will help us. And then this time when we come up, we're going to stay here and just kind of pull into that long, elongated spine and shoulders down, pulling your leg towards you. And then we'll roll onto our back, bring that other leg back in, other foot back in. And we'll do a nice supported little teaser. So if you can leave your legs straight, great. Lift head and shoulders, and using our towel to help us come up, right? So we come up into this. And if your knees bend, it's totally fine. Whatever you're able to do, finding your flat back. Good. And then roll back down, legs. Inhale, and then see how gracefully we can come back up, right? So we come up and we pull ourselves here, nice flat back, shoulders down. One more time, we're going to slowly roll down. See how much easier it is with this? One more time. Inhale, exhale, lowering the legs, finding your balance, lifting tall. And then go ahead and let your legs come all the way down. Hook. We're going to sit with our legs straight for a moment. And we're going to If you need to bend your knees to get that long, tall spine, do so. Okay, so bringing your arms up and feel free to let the knees bend as much as they need to. Lengthen the spine, nice and tall. Inhale and exhale, twist to one side. So just a little twist and back to center on the inhale. Exhale, twist. You might want to feel like you're sort of pulling your band or your strap, or your towel apart, right? So just kind of pulling it apart just a little bit, right? And back. Feeling that arms engage, okay? Twist and back. And then bring your arms forward as you inhale, exhale, round back. Take your arms over your head. Good. Nice deep breath, and we're going to roll up. So pulling your towel apart to help you roll up and stretch for the feet. Lift up. Feel free to let your legs bend and straighten if they need to. Okay, roll back. But if we pull that band apart, or that towel apart, just a little bit, we engage the arms and it helps us, right? So roll back up and inhale. Exhale one more time in this particular version, and then we're going to change it up. So really breathe, pull it apart and come up, stretch, and then hooking your towel behind your head. You're going to take your just support with your head here, support with your towel. Elbows will be bent wherever they need to be, wherever you feel comfortable. And you're just going to have a flat back. You're going to lean back. And then come up. Just kind of find how far back you can lean. Come up. Then we'll take it into, it's called neck pull. So you're going to take it into a roll up basically. So we're going to lean back as far as we can. And then we're going to round and go all the way back. And then take it, inhale, lift head and shoulders. Use your arms to pull your head up as you roll back up. Okay, and then lengthen the spine, lean back. And then releasing that tailbone as we round all the way down. Good. Inhale, exhale up. Pull with your arms to help you. Good. Hopefully this makes it a little easier. Okay, one more time. Lift, lean back. And then releasing down. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale up. And then go ahead and release your towel when you come to the top. Grab hold of your feet again with it. Round the feet. Lift tall. Pull your belly toward your thighs. Round, just kind of lengthening that spine and then back up. And let's go ahead and do that with our straddles. Take this towel out and straddle your legs a little bit. And we're going to take it into that flat back with our arms over our head. So feel free to let your knees bend if you need to here, as much as you need to. And we're going to just hinge forward. So hinge, keep your head lifted, flat back, reaching out. And lifting back up. Good. And again, hinge forward. So maybe gently pulling that towel apart as you hinge, keeping the arms up, keeping the head lifted. And then stay here, turn and look under one arm. And back, flat back, turn and look under the other arm. Little twist to the side. And back to flat. Now let's see if we can do that again. Twist, look under the arm, and back. Flatten the back, and then twist. And back to flat. Good. Keep reaching the arms out, reaching through the crown, and then let your hands relax down. Let your arms relax down, spine relax, and stack the spine up all the way. All right, so we'll move our mat here. I'm going to come onto one side for a little bit. So I don't know if we're going to use the towel, but just have it handy. and lie on your arm. Let your legs glue together there, right over on our arm. And if you want to, you can bring your arm on your leg as well, or you can have it on the floor. So inhaling, as we exhale, we float the legs up, float the head up, your arms on your legs. You're going to reach for your feet, reach and hold, and relax back down. Good. Inhale, exhale again, float the legs, reach for your feet if your arm's there, and just hold. And relax back down. One more. Nice deep breath. Exhale up. And hold. And relax down. And go ahead and let your hand come in front of you if it isn't already. And let your legs bend a little bit. So that like half bend. Right? And we're going to just make sure the knees are stacked, the hips are stacked. I'm going to lift that top leg and lower it and lift it. Kind of feel the hip open a bit and lower it. And then we're just going to lift it a little bit, pull it back. Knees still bent, pull back, pull. That stretch in the front of your leg and hip. And then take it into a sweeping forward and back. So kind of just let that leg swing forward and back. Inhale and exhale. Then take it into a circle, back and up and around, and back and up and around, circling the hip. And then we're going to reverse our circle. Next time you take the leg back, you're going to sweep it forward and up and around. Loosening up our hip joint. And then go ahead and let your legs relax together for a moment. And then we'll straighten the leg and kick it back and really reach. And then swing it forward and back. Same thing with the legs straight. Inhale and exhale. Getting nice stretch in the front and back. And then we'll take it into the circle. So next time we go back, we're going to lift it up and around to the front, back, lift it up and around. It's okay if your leg isn't totally straight. Whatever it is fine. It's about the hip, right? So, and then next time we go back, we'll reverse our circle, forward, up and back and around. And breathe. Next time our leg goes back, just going to keep it back there and reach your arm away from your leg and just stretch. Right. That diagonal, spirally stretch. And then following our arm over our head as our leg comes forward. And then we'll switch again. Leg's going to go back, arm's going to go forward and reach. And then one more time, switching as we take our arm back, leg forward, and breathe. And coming back to our start position and letting your legs bend and relax together. Go ahead and use your, take your bottom arm, the one you're laying on, across to your opposite shoulder, using our top arm to press up and down a few times. So a little one arm push up, using your arm out, pulling on the shoulder, just resting it there, right? Breathe. And then next time we press up, bring the elbow underneath. Take your arm If you want to straighten your leg, you can, or you can leave it bent. Lift your rib cage as you press the elbow into the ground, lift the arm, lift the hips, and then see if you can just take a little stretch over, right? Feeling that shoulder get a stretch, and then lift up and lower back down. Good. And again, we lift the arm and the rib cage, lift the hips if you can, and stretch. And lift up and lower the hips and come up. If you're in a mermaid, great, or your legs are bent by your side, something like that, and take a little side stretch. So getting into our side body a little bit. Yeah. And we'll just take a moment to stretch our hip, whether you want to cross or stack your legs or into a figure four, something to get that leg that we just worked. It's getting a little bit cooler and less humid here, so I'm not as stuck to my mat today as I usually am. I can always tell the humidity level by how much I'm stuck to my mat or how much my clothes stick to me. I think it's about 60% today. Oh, this is an unusual summer. Although we did have a wet summer a couple of years ago, but this is a definitely wetter summer. That was a couple of years ago. It seemed like it rained all summer long. Okay, then we're going to come around to our other side. So come out of that stretch and bring yourself onto your side again with your head on your arm, and just either this hand on your leg or on the ground. We're going to glue the legs together. Inhale. As we exhale, float the legs up, and maybe you're reaching for your feet and your head floats up, and hold. You reach. And releasing back down. We'll do that 3 times. So inhale, exhale up, shortening that space between our rib cage and our hips called the waist. Hold and relax back down. The whole side body. Inhale, exhale up. One more time. Hold, hold, and relax back down. Let this top hand come in front and let your legs bend about halfway or so. Knees stacked, hips stacked. And we're going to lift the top leg and lower just a couple times. Open that hip a bit. Open and close. Open, close. And then lift it up a bit and take it back and really reach back and swing forward. Swing back. Swing forward and feel it. Hinge, right? This is our hinge right here that we're swinging our door on. And then take it into a circle. Bring it up and around and take it back, up and around. Yeah. Nice big circle. Loosen up that hip. And then when we go back on this one, we reverse our circle. Up and back. Forward, up and back. Strengthening as well as loosening, right? Next time our leg goes back, we can just let the legs rest for a second. Just take a moment. And then stretch that leg down till it's straight. Reach back and really stretch that leg back. And then kick forward and stretch back. Inhale, kick. Exhale, reach. You could always do little pulses with your kicks if you like, right? Sometimes that feels good to kind of pulse them. And then now we circle, take it back, up and around to the front. Sweep it back, up and around. And breathe. And the next time we go back, we can reverse our circle. So lift forward, up and back. Forward, up and back. Good. And breathe. Next time we go back, we're going to stay there and reach your arm away from your leg. Reach. And then following our arm back, our leg comes forward. Feel free to let your elbow bend or whatever you need to do for your shoulder. And then switch again. Reach forward with the arm, back with the leg. And one more time to the back, following the arm back. And coming back to your start position, let your legs relax together, taking our bottom arm to the opposite shoulder. Top arm's going to press us up. So one arm push up. Oh, you might not lift as high on this side. That's often the case. Strengthen it though. Good. And then this time we'll try to bring that elbow under us when we press up and finding our elbow in line with our shoulder. I'm going to lift the ribs. You can feel free to straighten your top leg if you want. Lift the ribs, lift the arms, lift the hips, and take a big stretch. And lift up and lower back down. One more time, press the ribs up, lift the arm, lift the hips if you can, take a stretch. Looking toward that hand. And lift up, lowering the hips and arm. Go ahead and come up to mermaid or something that feels good to you with your legs. And some kind of bend position. Take a side stretch. Just so that we accentuate this side stretch a little bit, right? Finding your head and neck in a comfortable position, whatever that is for you, in this position. And then we'll take a hip stretch. So whatever way works on this side to get that hip a little stretch. And we can always move our head and neck and shoulders around too to kind of loosen things up if you want. That feels good to you. Oh. All right, and then we'll come out of our stretch here and come around to our all fours. You have a towel, folded kind of a, something thick. You can always use it for a ledge for your hands or something like that too. Like you don't need it right this moment, but it's just a thought. So spreading the fingers wide, and we're going to inhale, exhale, curl the tailbone under. Press our hips back a bit towards our heels, and then lifting up and arch. That arch. Good. And then again, around the back, curl the tailbone, pressing back toward the heels, lifting up, feeling that stretch, and then arch. And then we're going to add to that. So tuck your toes and round your back. Pressing back toward the heels, lifting up, and then you come up, you're going to float the knees, hold, lower the knees, and come into an arch. Inhale, exhale, curl tailbone under, round back, lift up, float knees, and if you want, pike the hips, add that piece if you like. And then lowering back down, knees hover, lower down, and arch. And again, rounding, nice and round, press back. Lift our torso, float our knees, maybe pike the hips up. And lower slowly back down and come into an arch. And then just go ahead and round back to your heels for a second. Come off your hands for a minute. I'm not a minute, just a moment. Never that long. Right, and then come back up. And we're going to extend our left leg back straight with your toes touching down. Feel free to adjust your hands however they need to. And you're just going to do a little push-up. So you're going to, as you lower down and bend the elbows, our left leg lifts up, right? So it's like a little seesaw and press up. So lower down and press up. And lower down, exhale. And then when you come up on this one, bring your knee back under you. You might want to take a little stretch back if you need a break. And then we'll switch to the other side, straightening the right leg, touching toes down, making any adjustments you need. Lift the leg, elbows bend, and press up. And it's okay if your elbows go out to the side or wherever they need to go. Doesn't matter, just bend and straighten the arms. A little rock. And the next time the leg lowers, bringing the knee under us, pressing back to the heels for a sec. Stretch the arms out. And you might want to move your hands. You might want to open, close, or kind of loosen them or shake them up, shake them around, whatever feels good for your wrists. We're going to come onto our belly with our towel or whatever you're using. Just taking it over your head like this with your hands holding onto it. So arms a little wider than shoulders. And we're just going to press into the ground as we draw our hands a little bit towards us and lift up into extension. So you don't have to lift very high, right? And then relax back down. And then again, draw your hands in and press up into extension. And you're just going to stay here. So however high you're up here, pressing into the ground, pelvis pressing into the ground, we're going to lift our left leg up and lower it. And lift your right leg up and lower it. Left leg and lower. And right leg. And breathe. Left leg and lower. One more time. Right leg lifts and lower and relax down. We're going to bring our elbows under us. You can hold onto your towel or whatever you're using with it on your hands. For some single leg kicks, you're going to press your pelvis into the ground, press your arms into the ground. 2 kicks, kick, kick, and extend. Kick, kick, and extend. Kick, kick, and extend. Kick, and extend. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah. And then when you're even on both sides, relax your legs, take your towel or strap behind your back, and we want to have our palms face up. So we're holding it behind our back with our palms up, and you're just going to let your arms relax down like that. Take your head to one side, right? And kind of pull your arms, your towel or strap up toward the top, right at the shoulder blades, right? Somewhere around there. we're going to do is we're going to do 3 kicks with our feet both at the same time. We're going to kick, 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 and then we're going to reach out, stretch back, lift up. This is called double leg kicks, okay? Head goes to the other side. We draw our arms up, kick, 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 and reach back, looking forward. Pull those shoulders back. And then again, switch as you pull up, inhale, kick, 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 stretch back, reach. Turn the head the other way as you pull your arms up, kick, 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 reach back. Now we're going to stay here and see if you can stay here and just pulse your arms toward the ceiling, right? Just lift it a little bit off the ground, little tiny pulses. Okay. However high you can stay up, just breathe, lift. Arms are kind of pulling that towel or strap apart a little bit. Just little pulses. And go ahead and relax down, release everything. And you can bring your hands under your shoulders, let go of your towel or whatever you're using, and just bring your hands under your shoulders. And we're just going to press up into a little swan, right? Straightening the arms as much as you're comfortable. And lower back down. And again, lengthen out and up, pressing into the ground to straighten the arms as much as you're comfortable. And lower back down. And then one more time. Coming up, press up. We can continue onto our knees and we'll stretch back to our heels. Bring your arms in front of you or wherever you'd like that. If you want to bring your knees apart, if you like that way of doing the little child's pose here, you can open the hips a little bit. Good. And then we'll come around, up around to sitting for a moment. You can just, actually, it might be fun to try this with the towel if you want, or your strap. I'm not sure. I'm just going to try it. Okay, we'll see if it works. Okay, starting with your knees bent, little straddle in your, a little bit of a straddle, hands behind you. And just press yourself forward with your back flat to start with. So you feel that little stretch in your low back. Yeah. And see if you can straighten your legs, sit up, and bring your. And if straddle's not comfortable, you can always do that long-legged butterfly diamond thing, right? With your legs, okay? So we're going to start by anchoring our pelvis, twisting to one side, bringing it back to center. Inhale, exhale, twist the other way. And back to center. And then we'll add to that a little bit of a saw. So you're going to twist over to that first side and reach for your foot. The top arm is reaching up and then lift up and back around and rotate and reach for your opposite foot as you reach that top arm out instead of reaching it back. That's a nice variation for a change. Okay, rotate and reach across. Arms are reaching out and lift up and back. Rotate. Good. Anchoring the hips. Rotate. So that our towel or whatever is at a diagonal. Our arms are at a diagonal. Rotate. Kind of like a windmill. Good. A couple more. And rotate. And then when you come up on this one, bring yourself up to sitting tall. Take your arms behind you, bending your elbows. Good. Relax your arms. Put your towel behind your skull. So that's the base of your skull. And you're just going to pull with your arms and press your head into your towel or whatever it is you're using. Just press back and hold. This is good for our posture, right? And then release and relax. And then again, press back into your towel and hold. Hold. It's an isometric thing. And you're also using your arms, you're using your neck muscles. Everything's engaged. And release. One more time. Press head into towel, towel into head. So press and hold. And release. And if you release the towel, you can kind of feel how light your head feels. Right? So that's really good for our forward leaning posture. Okay, shake out the wrist. Yeah. Give it a little stretch. Whatever feels good to your hands. Holding on to something like that can be a little bit much for the hands, huh? All right. Thanks everybody for coming. I'm gonna hit the button here.